Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Desmond.
Mr. Harjo, I need to find out, I'm assuming that everybody received this thing. It says the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, and basically it shows how much money the Business and Corporate Regulatory Commission is going to give to the Seminole Nation this next fiscal year. Seminole Nation Gaming Enterprise, the Seminole Nation Division of Commerce, and the total projected revenues for the nation to spend next year is $5,119,162. Of that $5 million, the Seminole Nation Division of Commerce is contributing $0.
Yes, that is correct.
What's the deal here?
Well, we're still operating within the context of the existing businesses that we've had for a long time. We've not been able to bring anything new online. Those still, still in the process, probably a year or two away before anything new comes on. So we're dealing with the 3 stores and, leasing from IHS. That's all the revenue that we have at present.
That's all what?
All the revenue that we have at present.
Yeah, that revenue is $11 million.
It's 11. The biggest part, but a large part of that goes to operation. The gross profit is what we have to then operate
Okay.
businesses.
You bring in $11 million, you spend the cost of goods sold is $9 million, so there's $2 million, and that's operating expense. Out of $2,277,336, you can't come up with $50,000 to give to the nation, to help the nation? Something's wrong with this picture. And I can point a finger to where it's wrong, but that's beside the point. I'm just saying, something is wrong at SINDOC. We need to get it fixed.
Well, we've been working on that.
Working on it. It's like a car. Take it to somebody that can fix it.
We are working on it. We are fixing it.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Dr. McCoy.
Real quick question. How many people are on the SINDOC board right now?
There's 2 of us. We've had 1 resignation.
Okay. And are you still the interim director at SINDOC?
Yes.
Can you explain, you're not double dipping. You tried to explain it to me at the last meeting I asked. Can you explain the differences?
I go in 1 to 2 days a week, and all I get is, all I draw is my board stipend, and they reimburse me for expenses, mileage, and things of that nature.
And how goes the search for a new director?
We have not initiated one for the very reason that Mr. Nessert has indicated.
Okay.
The cash is not there.
Okay.
Representative Cootie?
You've been in the office, our committee members for almost 3 years now.
Yes.
And what have y'all really brought into the program?
As far as new business, we're working on the projects that we brought to you a couple of weeks, month or 2 ago, mostly related to solar development. And we've had, based on our discussion with the council at that time, we're restructuring those. We plan on bringing those back to you for your consideration within the next couple of months, depending on the council schedule, and try to move those forward. From those types of projects, they are probably about 3 years to develop once we get approval to move forward with them. So it's going to be a while before those revenues start to come our way.
Well, my band feels like they were discussing, and they feel like that y'all been in the office a long time. And he said, well, if you're not bringing anything in, why are you still there? You should be, replaced or something, so we can get somebody that's going to bring revenues to this tribe. This tribe operates on the little businesses that we have, casinos, cigarette shop, and whatever else that we have that's been in place for a long time. And one of the other things too is they said, that's all we have. So when the government monies that we have, the ARPA and rescue plan, whatever, if that runs out, where are we going to get the monies to supplement? We got programs that runs out of monies. We have to supplement them. Where is it going to come from? You're not donating to anything to the tribe, so we can't move forward on that. So we have to give up on you and go someplace else. And so they feel like that you know, if these programs are not working to generate dollars to help this tribe when the government money is not around, then what do we do?
Yeah.
So we have to have people in here that's gonna push and say, hey, wait a minute, we gotta have some dollars coming in. And I remember coming back, we only had one casino open. That we were under a pre-opening agreement. I had to work hard to get these back up and running and everything. And I had to bring bingo in to get that started, help the tribe. We talk and say, we need this, we need that, but we don't make an effort to do that thing. When you can get up and get us something started for the tribe, help the tribe move forward, that's what the tribe is all about. It's a business. Tribe is a business. So we don't have any revenue generating entities out there, and that's what we need, and we're gonna need it because that money, government money is gonna run out. That's what we're using for everything else that we have right now. And my Dan just said, you know, it's a big disappointment that we have to do that. So I just hope that, I don't know, I was just told, maybe we need to get rid of you guys and get somebody new that's gonna bring monies in. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, with all fairness to the...
May I comment to that, Chief?
Go right ahead.
One of the things that, like, everybody in this room realizes, there's no one who knows what you are talking about better than me, because I've sat in this chair and I've tried to make everything work to the best of our ability with the revenues that we have. To change the revenue picture that we've got, you've got gaming working hard to do their improve their share. We're working with 3 little stores, which is a lot smaller, to try to generate the revenue. We understand what we're up against. We've gone out and asked people, as a board, we've gone out and told people the following. We have one thing that we have to offer. We have no cash to invest in new businesses. We have land and we have people. You've got to bring the capital. When you narrow your business opportunities down to that, it's a lot more difficult to bring the type of and have the impact that we need. We need to address the questions you're talking about. We need at least $10 million in new revenue from beyond gaming, at least 10, to replace the federal revenue. And that's been the number we've needed for a long, long time. To get back to where we can actually not only address the governmental needs, but also the needs of our people and restore some of the benefits that we used to have, we're going to need a lot more than 10 million. To get to that level, we've got to create businesses that are going to generate 20, 30, and 40 million. That requires a time and effort that, unfortunately, it's not visible to yourself or to members of the community until we actually get to the point where we can present something to you for your consideration and move forward. We have at least one project that we believe that with your approval to move forward with it, could produce several $1 million back to the nation, all the way up. It will probably, our goal is to have it back to you in July or August, first part of August. Try to come before the September quarterly meeting so you have a chance to spend more time and ask questions on it. We'll try to get that back to you. We get it sooner perhaps if the council schedule allows, but I was targeting July because I know during the summer it's difficult to get as many people in with all the activities that go on. Yes, sir.
Yes, I have a question on the rental revenue, the retail revenue, and janitorial supplies revenue.
Yes.
On the rental revenue, who are you renting to? Is it?
There are 2 properties. There's CINDOC-owned properties. I think we have about 11,000 square feet of rental space that we own. It's the main building, the complex there on West Wrangler. There's several different entities that rent from us. Judgment Fund is one of them, and one of our longest running tenants. And we've got other tenants. One of the tenants is the women's shelter from Seminole at present. So we've got several tenants in there. Our main source of revenue is the Indian Health Service. Years ago, the tribe transferred the responsibility for management of those leases to the Division of Commerce. And so we've been responsible for handling, all the activities related to those leases since then, and the revenue flows through us. That's our main.
So on the
Okay.
judgment fund, that are renting, so our judgment fund is renting from Sindoc, the
Yes.
building.
Yes.
So anything that they're for, the expenses for rental, it comes out of their funds to help people?
Yes, whatever their allocation is.
Okay.
Yes, so.
All right, so,
And we've kept their rent at a fairly low level for a long time, so they're renting it by what they've been paying for a while.
what about the retail revenue, or are those just the
Those are the stores.
the stores? Okay, and then the janitorial supplies,
Janitorial is Assimilation Services.
who are our buyers?
Right now, we're working primarily with tribal entities. That's our core approach right now. Then we're developing the federal schedule to move into for sales to the federal government.
So right now,
It's
the
right now it's
casinos
almost
are buying the supplies from Sindoc.
no, they are not. They have not in several years. We have talked to them. They need us to match their pricing, so that's something that we're still working on, trying to make sure we. Right now, it's really just tribal programs. The casino, which would be our biggest customer, is not currently a customer.
Okay, so it's the tribe
Yes,
is buying the
yeah.
janitorial.
It's not all the programs. It's just a handful of programs been working with. OAP, for one, has been a customer for Assimilation Services. I think they're one of the few customers that stayed with them for all these years, as it's gone up and down.
So when you're soliciting or when you're thinking about ideas for businesses, do you guys just go together and think of what kind of business to bring in? Do you guys solicit ideas from other people? How does that work?
Well, we've got we're focusing on two areas at present time. One is the tribe and other tribal businesses. Ultimately, we'd like to get the casino back and approach other casinos because those are the largest consumers of those products, as are other tribes. Then the other is federal. Those are the two areas of focus that we have. We're focusing really heavily on getting a federal schedule online with what is called GSA Advantage, so that people can order from us online. There's a couple of things that people are required to do in the federal government. One is buy from hub zones. Certain agencies have to buy from tribes, their set-asides, and their set-asides for 8A. Assimilation Services qualifies for all three of those. We just have to make sure we've got a sales vehicle that can get out there and make it happen. And in today's environment, that's all online. So we're trying to, and when we approached other tribes, where's your catalog, online catalog? We're populating that. We've been populating, trying to get that up to a level. The concern is with the wide range of even janitorial products such as paper towels and paper towel dispensers, is making sure we have ones that let's start with those that are going to generate the most sales. So that's kind of where we're at in the development of that.
Okay, so bringing in businesses to Sindoc for you guys to bring in revenue. How do you guys come about the ideas? Do you guys go research? How do those come to you guys?
Well, a lot of it is, some of it's what we sold before, and others is trying to identify what people buy the most of. We're primarily in the janitorial supply business, so that limits you to what you're looking at. Cleaning supplies, toilet paper, paper towels, things of that nature. Now we're expanding within the context of the nation. We're expanding out and talking about doing things like, what do they use? Like, for example, we use it in the stores. We use a lot of paper products, cups, etc. OAP uses the same thing. So we're looking at expanding certain product lines and trying to focus in some of those areas. One of the things that I approached the chief about that we're getting ready to introduce is actually doing a tribal private label water bottle to sell through the stores. And we've got everything laid out. The chief's given us the approval to do that. Our intent is to be able to sell that water as our lowest cost entry. We could still sell it at a significant profit, but it would be under anything else that we would have available. It would carry the tribal seal. It will be available only through our stores, and it would also be available at wholesale to tribal programs and entities that might need it. That's something that we're looking at, that that's really not part of janitorial services, but I've asked the staff to say, okay, what do we buy that we can source through our own company?
So I was looking at other businesses to come in besides just the janitorial.
Yeah.
How do you guys source that? What do you reach into, look at for other businesses besides the janitorial supplies? I know right now, the patches are being sold, I think in enrollment.
Mhm.
Can you guys not look into that and bringing that in as, something, some revenue? Because there's a lot of people who, in the Seminole Nation, who would like to buy the patches or whatever they're selling over there at enrollment, but it's not online. So if you guys can dip online, we've got, 20,000 Seminole people and plus that would like to buy that. So without too much more expense, we could just jump into that and that would bring in revenue. And to me, that would be minimal cost and effort. Put it online, put it under SendOff. You guys have an option to sell things online. And like you said, everything's online, and that would be one easy thing just to slide under SendOff so we could get revenue for our people. And everybody wants to have a Seminole Cup, Seminole tribe. We're all excited.